All right, cool. So my name is Alex Calderon Arias, but I go by the name of Alex415. I would describe it as very influenced by the modern and the old, but with a twist of San Francisco. It depends. It depends if I want to sample a song or if it depends if I want to make an original song. When it comes to original songs, I just try to lay down as much bass lines and then drums first, because from then on, I'll catch a melody. I'm like, okay, do I want this bass line to go with this sound, or do I want it to go with this sound? I try to start off with bass and drums first, and then the melodic elements come in later. But for sampling, if I hear a song I like, and if I hear like very points that catches my ear, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna download it, and I'm gonna try to find a way to chop it up and just try to make it sound different, but also the same at the same time. Tres de la mañana, which translates to 3 a.m. or 3 in the morning. I really like that one because that was my best attempt at sounding like Thundercat, and Thundercat's a huge inspiration to me. He's one of the reasons why I picked up the bass, and the drums are very ill. I really like them. I tried my best to sound like Q-Tip from A Tribe Called Quest with those drums, because that's another one of my influences. So I just tried. Basically, my influences drive me to make music. Probably the sampling. I think like the sampling, especially with the drums on that version. I feel like those drums are the standout point for me, because they're very distorted, but they're also very clean at the same time. And then the chords too. Like, I could see colors and lines whenever I hear music. It's pretty interesting, but basically whenever I make beats, I can hear and see everything come together. So Tres de la Mañana, I feel like, is a perfect encapsulation of that. No, my most recent release is called Yuck. It dropped on December 30th of 2024. I feel like that's the one where I finally figured out what I wanted to do with my sound. Because for both of those albums, you can hear very similar drum structures, and you can hear very similar melodic structures as well. And instruments as well. So I feel like I'm finding those two albums are the encapsulation of me finding my sound and running with it. I think by the next album, I should have the sound down perfectly, but I feel like these two albums were me leading up to it. I've collaborated with different artists like Aniko Ryan, who's a rapper from here in the city, Music Cubes, who's my best friend, who's also my graphic designer, and he's helped me put out so many of the artwork that you guys see, so I couldn't have done this without him. And let me think. I'm collaborating with different sort of artists. I'm collaborating with Blossom, this rapper from San Leandro. Great rapper. And also this rapper named T Venom, who's also from here in the city. Great rapper, very influenced by like MF Doom and like Madlib and like that 90s underground scene. That's also one of the things I enjoy listening to, so me and him connect well. And with everybody, I can connect with anybody, basically. Yeah, new album on the way. Hopefully, I'm planning on releasing 2 albums this year. Hopefully one during the summer and one in December. Like always, I'm always going to release an album on December. Great. I'm blessed to have this opportunity. Not too many people have the opportunity to have a lot of people have their music out, but they don't have a platform to release it on. So I'm very grateful that Bay Beats gave me that platform to put my beats in, because that just means so many more people could listen to it now. I'd say it's Rather Be With You off of the deluxe version, but it's on Bay Beats. I'd say that's the best beat because that sample by Bootsy Collins is iconic. Anybody who's heard that song automatically knows that how good that song is. And I grew up listening to it, so I wanted to, and that song influenced me growing up. Bootsy Collins, Funkadelic, Parliament, like P-Funk, all of that. That I grew up on that. So I just wanted to honor that era by flipping it in my way. So adding drums, adding like different synth basses, adding violins, string sections into a song that normally doesn't have, or wouldn't sound the same with an orchestral section. I really like orchestral sections in music in general. It's just the strings just sound really cool to me. So I wanted to add that onto that. And I feel like that's the best in the sense of structuring, sampling, and just mixing as well. I feel like that was my best mixing on that song too, because everything is just on point with that song. That song's a perfect structure to me, at the very least. Yeah. I try to mix and master as much as I can. Record, yes. And program, yes. Produce, yes. If I can't get the mixing right, then I'll hit up my friend Adriel or Music Cubes, and he'll help me mix it, and just make sure that everything's straight to the point. But I normally do like all the rough mixes and like all the rough demos at home. But if I can't mix it or if I can't do it correctly, then I have Adriel do it, and he always does it perfectly. So I trust that man with my life. So I started playing music when I was 10. I had picked up the trumpet from our elementary school music program, and at first I didn't like it. I thought it was very boring. But aside from the music program, we had this one teacher at elementary school who made music really cool, and his name was Mr. Peter to me, but I actually have him featured on this album. Grew up listening to like different sorts of sounds as well, from the 70s, like the Bee Gees. I grew up on like funk, jazz, uh just soul music with my grandfather, because he would always play that at the house. And then my mom would always play R&B at the house. My grandma would play mariachi or salsa music at the house, and then my dad would play his like rap music when I was growing up. So music was around me constantly. I was filled with it, and I think that kind of drove me to the point where I started wanting to make it. And I didn't really make that effort until I was like 12, when I started like DJing. So I had like a little baby mixer. It was yeah. But I didn't take making beats seriously until I would say I was 14. Like I was like I heard this so I heard Jay Dilla for the first time, who's my favorite music producer. And there's this beat that he has called what's it called? Raise It Up. It's from their Slum Village album. That, when I heard that when I was 14, I wanted to make beats just like that. So I was like, okay, I really gotta focus, and like I gotta, this like little DJing thing, like I don't think it's gonna work out. I want to like actually make songs, like structures, and like actually write music. So I dedicated my time to do that. Just focus on as much music, as much sampling, as much producing as I can. And yeah.
Details?
I try to add as much of those as possible because I love little moments. Like little moments that happen once. Like those little moments, like it just makes people like want more. Like it's like a high, it's like an addicting thing. Nobody has given me a straight answer, because I always tell that like my friends or like my people that listen to me, I always ask them, what do you think, how do you describe my sound? They can't. They all can't. Like, if anything, the closest thing that I've heard is just, it just sounds weird in a good way. Like, in the best sense of the word weird, it just sounds that. And to me, that's a good compliment. I like that. I don't take any offense to that, because I'd rather be weird than normal. But even then, what is normal? You know? Like, how do you define what normal is? My normal could be this. Somebody else's normal could be that, you know? I'd rather choose with my normal than anybody else's normal, because my normal is what I like to feel, you know? No, definitely. Like, thank you guys, for real, for putting me on, like, this thing. No words can express how grateful I am. Honestly, really, thank you guys.
It's easy when you make superb music.
I try, I really do.